How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rolitz, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're going to take a look at some Pokemon rumors, leaks, all that kind of stuff. You guys know how this shit goes, so sit back, relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get started. First things first, we have a 4chan rumor right here, starting things off, which is going to be this one, saying Legends ZA leaks, and then he just says he has some insider information. So we're going to read through this one quickly, because the next few are actually a little bit more interesting, but I think also have been sort of debunked. But either way, here's what he says. Legends ZA leak. I have some insider information regarding Legends ZA. Takes place in the future. Would not be that crazy if true. Not known exactly how long, but definitely at least a century after X and Y. Okay, sure. It says player character is implied to be a Team Flare grunt who got isekai to the future by the ultimate weapon somehow. I highly doubt they're going to let us play as a Pokemon villain. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like, right off the bat, and again, for you guys who do not know, this is just one of those, like, I don't know, this is just, again, another one of those freaking, like, 4chan posts where it's just, they all just say a lot of, like, similar stuff, but I'm going to tell you right now, like, that just, again, doesn't make any sense to me. It's not something the Pokemon would do. Like, it's just not something that really follows, like, along with their pattern of things, so I don't really know, man. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think about that. Either way, he says, player characters implied to be Team Flare. Game takes place mostly in Lumio City, but also focuses on expanding the city into surrounding areas. Okay, that's, again, sounds like a lot of rumors we've read. City is divided into 5 quadrants, with the central plaza serving as a hub. Again, not that crazy sounding. Features both Kalos and Hoenn lore. Okay, good. Good that he says lore and doesn't feature both Hoenn and Kalos as in regions, because that's not happening. Lore-wise, though, I could see that being true because, again, a lot of the Hoenn lore from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire, do feature a lot of lore that connects to Kalos because of the, you know, Ultimate Weapon, Mega Evolution, you know, the Dragon Clan, all that kind of stuff. A lot of that does connect relatively well there. So, in that regard, actually not that crazy, right? Like, not that crazy. Either way, though, the next thing, every Pokemon introduced in Generation, I guess, wait, holy crap, Generation 6, right? So 5-1, so yeah, if the 1 is in front of the 5, then usually it's a plus, if it's behind, it's minus. So either way, it's available as well as every Pokemon that received a Mega. Yes, this includes Mega Mewtwo and Hoenn Legendary Megas, okay. Or wait, but Hoenn Legendaries did not get, I mean, if you don't count, well, Latias and Latias are Legendary, so I guess those did get Megas. Rayquaza got a Mega. Who else got a Mega, though? I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember who else got it. I know for a fact that, like, Kyogre and Groudon didn't get Megas. They got Primal reversions. That's what they had. So, either way, I digress. Either way. So, wild Pokemon are in the overworld, all over the city and in surrounding areas. Okay, initiating battles and catching them works like Legends Arceus. I don't have any information about the battle system, though. Okay, interesting. I would love to know about the battle system personally, and I really hope we do get a trailer, as I've talked about in previous videos. I really hope we get a freaking trailer that will actually go through some of this stuff, because it would be nice to actually know if we're genuinely going to get something, you know, proper, or if it's just going to be, you know, are we going to be stuck dealing with the same shit over and over again? I don't know, man. Either way, he says that apparently music in Lumio City is cool, a cool techno remix of the theme from X and Y that evolves like the Jubilee Village theme. Okay, cool. Lumio's catacombs play a major role in the story. Music in that area is a remix of the Power Plant theme. Okay, that actually sounds reasonable. I've got a bit of access to battle music as well. Again, I haven't seen any battles. Thing with battle music is, like, okay, it's interesting that this guy's bringing up music of all things, because music is not something that a lot of, I guess, the audience really brings up. Like, music is something we all enjoy in Pokemon games. And I think Pokemon, if there's one thing we cannot complain about when it comes to Pokemon, it is the music. The music in Pokemon tends to, no matter which you know, game it is, the music is always top tier. And I don't know, it's just because the musicians that do all the work on the music side, they're always passionate about it. They're always going to put in some level of effort, right? And they have way more time to work with, because, you know, you got a list of soundtracks to make, and you're just going to go creative on that bitch. And you're just going to do, you know, they're going to be like, hey, here's some guidelines of what you got to do. You start cracking out shit, and then they're like, hey, you know, like, this shit ain't good, make it something better, or this doesn't fit, and then you just make something good. Point is, you have a lot more wiggle room as a musician in this case for video games than you have as one of the developers has to either do programming, you know, the coding part of it, or developing any other features, design lead, you know, anything to do with the graphical side of things. You know, that's a little bit more finicky when it comes to, like, decisions and choices, and time as well. So he says, apparently, again, wild Pokemon, the overworld, techno music. Then he says, I've got a bit of access to battle music. He says, Kalos wild Pokemon, Kalos trainer, Kalos gym leader, Diantha, Team Flare, Lysander, Hoenn wild Pokemon, Hoenn gym leaders, Steven and Wallace, how are they going to be in here? Reggie's Mewtwo Super Ancient Pokemon 2 versions, and then Xerneas and Yveltal and Zygarde 3 versions. So I guess all of them having a separate track each. I'm guessing what this like is trying to imply. I guess so. I don't know what else it would be. I'm not sure. But yeah, again, interesting rumor because it brings up music of all things, which is, again, something you don't really see a lot with these posts. Like, oftentimes they don't really bring up music or like any of that, especially battle music and any of it, to be honest with you. They don't really bring that up. That's what I'm saying. They usually do not bring this stuff up. But guess what? This guy brings it up, which is kind of intriguing. But we're not going to end there, guys. So this post is interesting, but we do have some other things to talk about. So, this is a post that I saw, and I thought we'd cover it. Now, it is a bit old by the time this video comes out. Keep in mind, I am scheduling these videos, so when you do see me talking about this, it's going to be a bit of time since they actually were posted. But here's what this guy says. Apparently, he says September 2025, and then he has a picture of this, I guess, TCG set called Shattered Cells. And there's actually a few more posts about it, but basically the guy said Zygarde 100, Mega Xerneas, Mega Yveltal promo, Kalos Starter Mega EX, Frostlass Mega EX, Dragapult Mega EX promo, and Sylveon promo. And then there's also, like, again, the logo, which looked pretty neat. There was also this post right here, which is showed like Elite Trainer boxes. And again, I think they here like said it's confirmed fake. According to this, again, I don't really know how it was confirmed. Apparently, according to Yo-Yo Fro 25, it's confirmed that this is their artwork. This is fake. And also, they even made a freaking fake Shattered Cells promo coin leak for freaking, whatchamacallem, for freaking Zygarde cell, which is really random. But yeah, so apparently this is a fakey-takey, which is unfortunate because it was interesting to look at. And the reason I want to bring it up specifically is because we haven't really seen anybody, and this is a point that I've made a few times before, we haven't really seen anybody really try to make TCG fakes much, right? We've seen fake Pokemon leaks, we've seen fake 4chan rumors. I mean, you guys see these, 4chan posts all the time. But we haven't really seen somebody doing something like this. Like, I don't know. I've never seen somebody do something like this. This is going really out of your way to make an interesting fake. Like, you actually, try to make a whole fake box and everything. Again, this image could be, altered to look like this or made in computer and then try to, make it fit, in a real life, position here or whatever. You can't do that. But it's still interesting. If you actually made the genuine thing, you created the actual coin or whatever and went through that effort, that's pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty wild. Though this one does look a bit like photoshopped or, it looks like a little bit off. Something about this one looks a little bit off. But nonetheless, I think it's really intriguing because keep in mind, the TCG is directly connected to the mainline Pokemon games. Something a lot of people do overlook, but the TCG and the mainline Pokemon games are directly tied to each other, right? So what I mean by this is that the TCG will release sets that coincide with the upcoming Pokemon games. An example of this would be, let's see, upcoming Pokemon TCG sets, right? So if you look up the actual upcoming Pokemon TCG sets, if we go right here, I think this website should give us a general ID. So in terms of what we actually have in terms of, sets that we can, work with and all that, there's only really, so many things to take a look at here. So first of all, here is the actual look of what we have. We have Stellar Crown, which was announced, right? That's the brand new set that's coming out. That's the one that is, I think, about to be releasing soon. But it's like the third main set of 2024. But that's not the interesting one. The interesting one is the one on the side here. So that's this one, Surging Sparks. So Surging Sparks is supposed to be a brand new set coming out. Also, it's going to be the fourth main set, the final big set of this year, as far as I'm aware. Fourth main set of 2024. So it's going to be, again, you have usually about 4 big sets a year for Pokemon. And Surging Sparks is supposed to be revealed to be coming out, I guess, in November. And as this one, it features Pikachu. It features again this, the Stellar Crown and the Stellar typing from the Indigo Disc DLC. Now, the reason I'm even mentioning any of this is because we have heard, okay, we know that there is some interesting stuff that's supposed to be happening next year. Because remember, they've already done, terrestrialized sets now. They've done those. They did one set now, Shrouded Fable, which was supposed to be related. Like, you guys don't know if you guys know Shrouded Fable. It's like a new set that's specifically connected to the, the Teal Mask DLC, right? And what did they do after that? So Twilight Masquerade, Shrouded Fable, related to, the I guess specifically the Teal Mask. And then after that, they follow it up with Stellar Crown, which again is literally related to the Indigo Disc with the Stellar type, the Stellar terrestrialized forms and the Stellar typing that was added there. And then you finish it off with Surging Sparks, which again is also related to that. So you basically get 2 sets that do kind of a similar thing. I don't really know where Twilight Masquerade lands on that. It kind of is also a, it definitely is also, a Teal Mask related set. But here's the problem. What happens next year, right? We know only like specific, very specific things we do know, right? Now, what are those specific things that we do know? Well, we know that there's a Pokemon trainer set coming out, right? So it's a new set that has these trainer Pokemon, right? Like Pokemon that have the little trainer icon. Those are old sets, like they used to do that in the past, and they're making new ones now. So that's happening. That's one set. And also a Team Rocket set. But remember, those sets can only cover at maximum 6 months. Maximum. I'm really exaggerating here when I say it, because if you look at this, they release sets at a very like steady pace. Like they come out all the time. Okay, like Pokemon sets release very, very often, like very, very quickly. As you guys can see right here, for example, the Scarlet Violet Enhanced Expansion Paradise Dragona, that's a Japanese set, September 13th is when that's releasing, so that's very soon. Scarlet Violet Expansion Pack Super Electric Breaker, so that's going to be, like, I'm guessing related to the one we just looked at, the Pikachu one. This one, Surging Strike, Surging Sparks, which, if you look at it, that's supposed to be October. Then you have potentially one for November, and then, of course, you also have December, right? So, again, they have new sets coming out quite often, but all these sets are generally, except I guess, you know, this one, which is where it changes, that's January, which is the expansion battle partners. So that's the new trainer set, right, that we're going to be getting. Battle partners, you guys can see right here. I don't know if there's enough images to show you, but if you guys haven't watched Worlds, you may not have noticed it or seen it. But there was, like, you know, a set. Actually, was that the right one? Am I confusing it now? No, it is the right one. I guess I just can't find info on it. It's just hard to find any pictures. But we did have it revealed during Worlds, right? During Pokemon Worlds, they did show this. So what I'm trying to say is the following, okay? That's going to be going till January. Then there's probably going to be another set in February or March, right? That's going to be a Team Rocket set, most likely. But then what? Then you've run out of actual content to cover, which would imply then that Legends ZA should be happening around that same time. Like, we should be expecting Legends ZA to crop up around that range. And that's why I think these, like, you know, TCG leaks or whatever are kind of interesting, because we don't get to see this often. We don't really get to see stuff like this. It's very different, and it doesn't really fit into our usual, like, standard kind of way of getting, like, leaks and rumors and all that kind of stuff. It is just a little bit different in how it all sounds, which, again, I think it's fun to read about. I think it's fun to look into, which I don't know if you guys agree with, but I think it's intriguing nonetheless. Then the final post we're going to take a look at for this video is this one right here. It just has a little Shedinja, and it says the following, which is a post about Anonymous, saying ZA will get new Mega Evolutions, but only for Pokemon that appeared in Kalos' regional decks. That would be horrible. One of them is Shedinja. That would be horrible as well. Min-max to be extremely fast killer. Okay, still has 1 HP, but new ability to compensate. Gives Mega Shedinja complete immunity to all forms of damage for 3 turns, direct status and weather, etc. After immunity wears off, it acts like a normal Wonder Guard. Pokemon designs resembles Shedinja's soul pouring out of the crack on its back. Prepare. Honestly, brother, I'm gonna be real, this is one of the most based but also worst rumors I have ever read. It is genuinely so ass. And just because it's so ass, we're going to read another one. So we have also this post right here. It says, Generation 10 information, saying titles are Pokemon Hero version and Villain version. I'll be real, that would actually be really cool. I think it would be really cool if you got like a Pokemon game like with those titles. I think Hero and Villain version, that actually would be so freaking cool. Because of course calling it evil may not be a good thing, but villain, yo, I'm a be real, man. That shit actually sounds like kind of lit. It says Italy region. Interesting. If they decide to stay in Europe again for another Pokemon region, it's going to piss off a lot of people, because I'm going to be real. As much as I love Italy, we have had a lot of Europe, and I feel like it would be nice to get something else, like maybe, you know, not perhaps North America or that. I would prefer South America or, you know, somewhere in Asia. That would be more fun. Even Africa would be more interesting. Like, you know, just literally anywhere. Like, you have so many countries you could technically use. Like, so many, right? Like, why couldn't we get a region based on Singapore, or a region based on India, Pakistan, you know, Bangladesh? We have Australia as well. It's the oceanic region, right? We have Brazil, Argentina, Chile, you know, Uruguay, Paraguay, you know, all of them. Yes, so many countries. In Africa, you got Egypt, you got South Africa, you got, oh, geez. I'm forgetting all the countries now. Togo, you got the Ivory Coast. Point is, you got a lot of countries. Morocco, there you go. My point is just that you have so many countries you can base it on. And as much as I'd love an Italy region, every Italian's going to be pissed off right now. It would be nice, but I'm just saying, I would prefer it if we got a little bit of variety. Just get away from Europe for a bit. We already had, you know, we had France, we had, you know, England, we had Spain. Like, we've had, you know, 3 now, and it's like, okay, cool. Can we get something that isn't, you know, that isn't Japan, North America, or Europe. Let's do something different. Let's do something different. I think Singapore would be one of the best ones. I think Singapore would be really cool. South Korea would be interesting too, because we haven't really seen that. That would be really cool, though I don't know if they would do that. But he says the following, though, which is Italy region, releasing in 2026. Again, I think the reason everybody thinks it's going to be 2026 is because that's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. So everybody thinks that they're going to be releasing the next generation then to coincide with the 30th anniversary to be like a massive reveal of sorts, which is fine. 95, give or take, because he adds like a little like twiggly line there to imply about 95, new Pokemon, but it could change. Games are based around the hero and villain theme. I love that. Only got to see a few of the new designs. There is an electric and fighting bear, a normal ghost haunted piano, a fire dark octopus, a split evolution that evolves from a Corvisquire, looks dark flying, a male character dressed as a Roman soldier, a female character with a really long blue hair and wearing a white fur jacket, probably the ice type gym leader. And that's all the info I have at the moment. I'll be real. Italian region, would be very sick. I'd freaking love it. And there's so much interesting stuff they could do with it. But like I said, I would just prefer it if we went somewhere else for a bit. Even though Italy, I already know Soul Silver. If Soul Silver's watching this, because he's he's Italian, so he's got like a massive love for Italy and stuff. So he's gonna be pissed. But point stands, I think it'd be really interesting if we got to do something a little bit outside of Europe. If we do get Europe, though, Italy would be perfect. I have no issues with it. I think it'd be an interesting region to base it off of. There's so much history there, too, that you can base it on, but it is what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, drop a like down below, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace out, and bye-bye.